Hello dear students, good morning. Welcome to KLS Gupte College of Commerce, Belagavi. Myself, Professor S.B. Bendigiri, Department of Economics, taking online classes for 6th semester students. Dear students, welcome to the second video of National Income of India. In the first video, we have discussed about the introduction, meaning and definitions of national income, and also we have started the various components of national income of India. In that components, I have covered the first two components. Those are GDP and GNP. In today's online class, let us continue the different components of national income, the remaining components of national income. The third concept of national income is that is net domestic product, NDP. NDP at factor cost is a part of GDP kept aside to take care of worn out capital in production. This amount is called as capital allowance, which is not available for either capital or investment. Especially net domestic product is a very interesting component of national income and always calculated with the help of GDP at factor cost minus depreciation. Here, NDP can be measured with the help of the total cost of all factors of production, how much cost we paid, how much expenditure we made for purchasing all factors of production like land, labor, capital and organization, and what amount of rewards is paid for that in terms of rent for land, wages for labor, interest for capital and profit for organizer. Okay, so all these rewards which are paid to different factors minus depreciation charges. Okay, so here what amount is left with country, that is called as net domestic product. Okay, always it is calculated with the help of GDP at factor cost. By mistake I have not mentioned cost there. GDP at factor cost minus depreciation charges. Okay, depreciation charge in the sense wear and tear of the different, for example, equipments in a given period of time, 1 year. Okay, so that is called as net domestic product. Okay, now look at the next one, that is net national product. Okay, net national product on the other hand defined as it is the total income of the nation's residents. Okay, here we are going to calculate national income with the help of the income of entire country's population or people, those who are living within the country. Okay, so NNP, net national product or net national income, it is also called as net national income, the total income which is earned by the nation's residents. Total income means the average income, the aggregate income of the entire population of the country, which is calculated, that is called as net national product. NNP at factor cost is calculated with help of NNP at factor cost is equal to GNP at factor cost minus depreciation charges. Okay, I hope you understood. Here NDP is calculated with the help of GDP at factor cost minus depreciation charges, and NNP is calculated by NNP at factor cost is equal to GNP at factor cost minus depreciation charges. Okay, so depreciation is the wear and tear on the economy's stock of equipment and structures. Okay, what I said, wear and tear in the sense what amount of depreciation charges will be there for entire equipments of the nation, that is comes under the calculation of depreciation. Okay, this is about NNP or net national product or net national income. Now coming to the next one, that is national income. About the national income we have understood in the beginning in the meaning of national income, it is nothing but it is as good as the same. National income is the total income earned by nation's residents in the production of goods and services. It differs from NNP by excluding indirect business taxes such as sales tax, and including business subsidies. So in the national income, we have to exclude indirect business taxes as well as such as sales tax, and we have to include business subsidies, whatever subsidies available by the government to that particular business, that is comes under for example national income. Okay, and excluded some amount of sales tax is excluded by NNP, for example. When indirect taxes like sales taxes are excluded by NNP and included the business subsidies, that is called as national income. NI means national income is equal to NNP, net national product, minus indirect tax plus subsidies. Okay, this is the equation to calculate national income. Okay, national income is equal to NNP means net national product minus indirect taxes which are paid to the government, and plus subsidies, whatever amount of subsidies taken by the government, that is added in for example national income, that is called as national income of the country. Okay, now moving to the next one, that is personal income. It is very interesting. Here you may have for 1 5-mark question about calculate personal income from the following. They may ask 1 5-mark question over here. They are giving the data information of private income, undistributed corporate profits, and direct taxes, which all to be added and which all to be deducted. You have to understand over here to calculate personal income. Okay, personal income, dear students, is nothing but it is the sum of all incomes actually received by all individuals or households during a given year. It is very interesting. The sum total of income actually received by all individuals, the entire country's population, how much income they are going to receive. One's expenditure is others' income, I said. Okay, when for example all factors are earning rewards. Okay, from producer side, those factor, for example cost is expenditure, and from worker side, the same factor expenditure is factor income. Okay, rent, wages, interest, and profit are the rewards for factors of production, but these are the expenditure from producer side, and the same thing will be the income from worker side. Okay, so whatever amount of money income received by all these factors, that is called as personal income, for example. Okay, so here personal income can be calculated with help of personal income is equal to private income plus undistributed corporate profits minus direct taxes. So with the help of this, we are able to understand the personal income of the country. Okay, this is all about personal income. Now moving to the next one, that is disposable income. After a good part of personal income is paid to the government in the form of personal taxes like income tax, personal property tax, etc., whatever is remains with a person or personal income is called as disposable income. It is nothing but disposable income is nothing but the personal income minus direct taxes, or else personal taxes, property tax I said, income tax I said. Okay, after paying all these personal taxes like property and income taxes, whatever is left with a person, that is called as disposable income. Disposable income in the sense what is disposable? Disposable means the income which is ready to, for example, it's a ready cash, it's a liquid cash which is ready in the hands of consumers to purchase different goods and services and to enjoy different goods and services. Okay, so disposable in the sense the liquid income which is ready in the hands of consumers after paying all types of taxes, that is called as disposable income. Okay, now moving to the next important component of national income, that is per capita income. Dear students, per capita income is also very interesting component of the national income. It is most important most important component compared to all other concepts of national income. This is refers to an individual share of the national income. It means what? In the national income, in the total national income, what is the actual share of a single or a particular person? It is a personal of a contribution of a particular person. Okay, how much a single person, how much a particular person, human being is contributed towards national income, that is called as per capita income. It means the average income of an individual is called as per capita income. It is calculated to understand the economic growth and development of the country. Personal per capita income is an important indicator to calculate the rate of economic growth or development of the country. If the per capita income goes on increases, there is an increase in the entire aggregate national income, and when national income increases, there is an increase in the savings, profits, capital, investment, for example, and production, okay, exports. So continuously it connects with all other, for example, aspects. Okay, so there is a interconnection between per capita income and the different type of various aspects of the economic development of the country. So it is like a mirror index. Per capita income is like a mirror index to showcase, to determine, to measure economic development of the country, for example. Okay, India has one of the largest economies in the world in terms of its gross domestic product. GDP, India's GDP is very high, and it is in the, for example, top position, and India is also one of the largest economy in case of GDP, when it comes to GDP. However, India has such a large population that we have an extremely low per capita GDP. Okay, so GDP is always depends upon the total population of the country. Okay, so here what happens is total population of the country and national income are the two important variables, what we call it as two important mathematical devices which decides the entire development of the country, for example. Okay, so per capita income is always calculated with the help of total national income of the country divided by total population. Okay, this figure is what I said, determined by dividing a nation's GDP by its population. GDP in the sense national income. Okay, as a result of its low per capita GDP, India is even today considered as a developing country. We are not in the position of fully developed countries. Okay, now moving to the next aspect, that is about per capita income. Look at the recent estimation of per capita income. As per the reports of 2010-11, India's per capita income was 54,835. Per capita income means average income of an individual. So by 2010-11, each person's income was 54,835 rupees per year. Okay, and per capita income of India has grown by 17.9%. It means 54,835 in 2010-11 from 46,492 earlier. Earlier, before 2010-11, it was only 46,492 rupees per year. But in the year 2010-11, it has grown up to 54,835. Okay, according to the data released by the government. The new per capita income figure estimates on current market price is over 8,000 rupees. It means what? If we are going to calculate the per capita income with the help of market prices, current market prices, so it has grown up to 8,000 rupees. Earlier it was 46,492. Now it is 54,835. It indicates that there is a drastic increase in the per capita income after, for example, 2010-11. Okay,